Let me start off by saying that everybody we have talked to has had great praise for these guys, the crews out here in the field that have been working around the clock doing a terrific job. That being said, yes, CL&P and UI have met their goals, and it's about 3%, only 3% of UI customers without power. But what about those 3%? Those folks have been without power now for a week. Let me tell you the story of here on Cascade Drive. This great big tree fell down during the storm. It took down these power lines when it did so right about here, and in yanking on those power lines basically snapped that utility pole right in two. And this is what it's looked like for the past week now. They had a tree crew come out after a couple of days, cut up that tree so that Maria here could get out of her driveway. Okay, that was progress. There was a truck, a UI truck that sat right here for about 2 more days, neighbors tell me, with its lights on, but nothing actually happened. There have been people by to assess things. The police keep driving by to assess things. Today we saw a guy get out of his truck. He painted a line here on the ground, got back into his truck, went away. We've seen UI bucket truck come by. We've seen a bucket truck from Nova Scotia come by a couple of times. We've seen a pickup truck from UI come by many times. And one of those employees spoke to a neighbor here and gave him some bad news, especially when we've got bad weather coming in.
Now we got a storm coming in Wednesday. This UI fellow down here says, hate to tell you this, folks, but you're going to be out for a while. I said, can you tell me when the poles are going to be replaced? No, I have no idea. Well, it looks like we're looking at maybe next week.
Certainly next week is not an official estimation by any stretch, but when it comes to officials, we've been talking to the state representative, Tony Huang. He's been driving around here. He says that it looks like they're probably going to get some new poles, at least in this neighborhood today. We also spoke on the phone to the first selectman, and he told me that when it comes to this process, they understand it is a process, and the crews have been working very hard, but he says senior management at UI has let everybody down in how it's been using its resources. In his words, senior management has been, quote, nowhere to be seen, and nobody around here has any idea still when they're going to get power back on. We're live in Fairfield. I'm Kent Pierce, News 8.